With that, you should end up with something like this. The way this works is that you put the plug through the hole like so, and wire up there, and then roll up the wire and tuck it into the bottle, so when you come to use the charger, it's not in the way, and while charging, you can even leave your phone in the bottle with the wire, so it too is out the way.
Now on to the next hack. If you are having a barbecue and you have got a fair amount of people over who all want to get to your ketchup or mayo, if you get some peppers, cut the top off and scoop the seeds out, you can fill them up with the dips of your choice. And the best part is that it saves massively on washing up, as they can be thrown out if not already eaten. It also really brightens up the table and you can place them around for easy access by all your guests. Just be careful of that one person that likes to hog mayo.
A common problem that occurs at parties is when the fridge, which was formerly full of nice cool drinks at the start of the party, becomes empty. Well, to avoid thirsty guests, you can wrap a wet paper towel around the next batch of beverages and place them in the freezer, and in 15 minutes they'll be ice cold.
On the note of cold drinks, if you're using a cooler filled with ice or even just a bucket filled with ice to store all your drinks in, add some water and some salt to it. It will make your drinks much colder and speed up the time it takes to make them cold. For birthdays and other occasions that call for a cake, a simple way of cutting the cake cleanly and equally is by using some fine string or unscented dental floss to slice it.
And if you want to create your own crisp and dip bowl, simply fill a wine glass up with a dip of your choice and place it in the centre of a bowl. Then fill the bowl with the crisps. The stem of the wine glass will keep the dip centred and elevated, so this could help save room on a crowded table and it looks fancy.
Last but not least is something we will be using later. If you're struggling to find someone to hold things up, get an old cereal box, poke holes in the top like we have done here. And there you have the perfect holder for anything you want. You can make the holes either larger or bigger for your need. Next up, here are the reviews we recorded earlier with Chip. Well, it's fancy dress night here on Budget Life, and we've got Chef Ravi here on our final recipe. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry.
Okay. Just doing a set change.
Doing what?
What do you need? Where do you need everything to go? Because I haven't been.
We'll put some of it over here. Then we can just reach over.
Okay.
Nothing's happened. Nothing to see.
Okay, so you get a chopping board, I get one. You get the one that Ravi stabbed himself with. You get hepatitis.
Give me the knife, did you say?
Yeah, I'll give you a knife.
Oh, lovely. Ooh.
Oh.
Can we put some of the spread over here?
Okay.
Where's my caramel? I think the caramel should go in the middle.
We're not.
Caramel should
Whoa.
go in the middle. No, it goes in the middle.
We're not actually making them though.
Yeah, I know. But this is.
We're online. Right now.
People can see us?
People everywhere can see us. So Ravi.
Well, it's fancy dress night here on Budget Life, and we've got Chef Ravi here on our final recipe and to show us a great idea for party food.
Hello, tonight I've got a really nice idea. Some simple and cheap, which really adds some colour and life to any fancy dress party.
I can't wait to try it.
Ravi hasn't even told us what it is yet.
Well, I love the enthusiasm. Today we've got fruit cones and they are very delicious.
See, I knew I'd want to try them.
So what do we need for this recipe?
You need a pack of ice cream cones, some chocolate spread of any variety, and mixed fruit. Today we'll be using mangoes, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, kiwis, banana that we've already cut up, orange, apples, pineapples, grapes, and raspberries.
That's a lot of fruit. Won't that be expensive?
All in all, you can get around 15 to 20 servings out of this recipe. For any party, that's more than enough. And it comes to around £12, but for each serving, it costs 70p.
Wow, that's really money efficient.
So how do we get started?
Well, first we need to get a cone and lightly coat the inside of it with any spread you choose, making sure that it isn't soggy when the fruit touches the cone.
I'm assuming we're only going to make a couple tonight.
That's right. After you've done a couple, you'll get the rhythm of it. It probably only takes a few minutes for the cone to be nicely coated.
Okay, so now that's done, how are we deciding what to do with all the fruit?
Well, first you want to use the larger fruit, such as the mango, and you want to slot it in like I've done earlier here. After, so it sits out nicely, you can put a few berries in. For example, there's a blueberry and a raspberry in there. And then you want to put a banana in the side to give it some size. After, you can put an assortment of fruit around it and make it look nice.
Okay, and what about the rest of the fruit?
Well, all the rest of the fruit you can use for different servings. You can perhaps make a different variety. You could even make a juice if you squished it down.
Okay, so how are we going to put all this together?
First, we're going to put a couple of blackberries in and raspberries into the bottom of the cone.
Do we not want chocolate in it?
Yeah, we've already done the
We've already
chocolate.
spread it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm really listening.
And then the mango in
Like
the middle,
this?
so it
I'm going to
stands
do well when
out
I have to make
like
one.
this.
It's fine, because you're going down as soon as we start doing this competition.
No.
I'm going to make the best ones and the quickest.
Yeah, perfect. Now we drop a few strawberries and some bananas around it and keep it in place. As much as you guys want to buy
Wow, this
already.
is looking really nice. Now what do we do with the grapes?
Well, you gently tuck them in, bit of the stalk neatly down the side of the cone, just holding them in place, just so it doesn't fall out or knock any of the fruit around.
Is it really that simple?
It really is that simple, even for you.
Is it really?
Well, I
Is
can't
it
wait to
really?
see how easy it is to eat and put it all together.
Seeing as we have made one each, shall we all try them at once and see what we think?
No, chef goes first and we can make it.
Okay, then I'll beat you later.
No.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Nom 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 nom.
street talk.
I think Chloe's is better, Chip. I don't know why.
It's because I used
don't know.
caramel.
I
Where is
don't know.
it? Where's the
The
caramel?
caramel's there.
It's because you've stolen the caramel off me.
It was
You
in the
stole-
middle.
See, now you've got 3 spreads. I've only got 2.
Chip, yours is good, but your assortment of fruit is a bit lacking. You know, the cone's all soggy.
Yeah, but you've got to admit, my knife skills are excellent.
Okay, well, thank you so much for showing us that. If you want to email or tweet us at BudgetLive,
Now, guys, the producers and I have come up with a little surprise for you. We're going to have a little competition between them all.
oh, we just
Blah,
done
blah,
that.
blah, blah.
We just had our competition.
Okay, so so that's the final show with Ravi. Now here with us, we have our last interview with Linday. So, over the past 2 nights, we have been giving you advice and tips on what is the best money-saving ideas. As this is our last night, we thought we would keep it short and sweet to leave you with a few final ideas. So, over the past 2 nights, we have been giving you advice and tips on what is the best money-saving ideas. This bit I just said. Up a bit more. Up a bit more, I've already read that bit. So, Linday, you're here again today for the last show of the series. Too far. What will we be talking about this evening?
Well, Chip, today we're going to be discussing how to get the best value for money and why it's important to consider the cost compared to the value of the item.
That's interesting. So, can you explain what you mean for value by value for money and how we compare cost and value?
Okay, what I mean by value for money is that how much something costs does not always correlate to its value. For example, you may notice that something is regularly on offer at a shop, And this is usually because the recommended retail price isn't actually appealing to consumers, because the value of the item doesn't seem fair. So by putting on an offer, they make the item more appealing and thus rebalance and its cost compared to its value. So the way we determine value is by the usefulness to us and the quality of the item, and finally the popularity.
Okay, so how can we make sure the value, things we purchase are value for money and cost effective?
Okay, well, it's important to consider how much you need for an item. If you don't need it and you're short on cash, simply don't buy it. It sounds simple, but sometimes we're tempted to make purchases, especially with things we don't actually need. So once you've determined if something is what you need, then the next thing to do is to research, which can take time, but if you are considering an expensive purchase, doing your research is key to making sure that you aren't wasting your money.
So really what we need to do is make sure we do proper research before we consider a purchase.
I'm not suggesting you do research on every single purchase that you make. Food and drink always have fluctuating prices depending on the stores you use or the season and so on. So one of the big purchases that you need to research is the very much expensive purchase of car insurance. So especially if you're first getting it. Visiting websites such as comparethemarket.com or moneysupermarket.com can be really helpful in comparing prices offered by numerous car insurance companies. It's always a good idea to go to the companies themselves and try to haggle them just to get a better deal out of them.
Well, it's good that you mentioned car insurance, as we had a tweet in from Penny. She is a first-time car buyer and new driver at 17. She's been looking at car insurance and it looks like it's beginning to cost her a bomb. What can she do to reduce that cost?
We had a similar case recently where we had a young girl whose first car was a Ford Ka. When she looked up insurance for her to be the only named driver, it was saying that it was going to cost her £1,500 for the year. Even though she went to the Compare the Market website, it was still ending up to be a lot.
So what was the solution?
All right. So, a family member who had over 20 years no claims bonus was able to be added as a second named driver. This brought the overall cost down by £600 or so. So the overall cost came down to £900. And when you go to the comparing insurance websites, if you have a driver that's also living at your address who has a lot of no claims bonuses, you'll be able to bring the cost down of the insurance by a lot.
Well, that was a great idea. Is there anything else you can suggest?
Well, Chip, I have two more suggestions for you, Penny. One is that not to include any people on your insurance list that is of the high-risk age bracket, which is 18 to 25. Also, if you can find a multi-car deal while living at your home, this will also be the overall cost, bringing the overall cost down. So I hope that helped.
That was fantastic, Linda. Thank you very much for your time over the past 3 evenings.
No problem, Chip. Thank you for having me.
Now it's over to Chloe to introduce our musical guest.
Thanks, Chip. Right, I'm here with Zane, who's going to be playing us a few songs. What are you going to play for us tonight?
I'm going to play an original song, and it's called Innocent Man.
Brilliant. Have fun.
Right now, the boys in blue, they're hanging round in Clifton, got some work to do, and they're men of the law, putting up tapes and knocking on doors for someone to blame. They said, look at him, clean cut, couldn't have done it, but the guy downstairs, his hair's kinda funny. If we cuff him up now, we can get home early. I can put in the TV, watch something dirty. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. An innocent man was taken away, and day by day he was showered with hate. They made him feel alienated, alone. Alienated. Alienated. An educated educated man of high society was arrested for a murder of the second degree. They got lack of evidence to support their story, not a fingerprint on the young girl's body, but they lock him away and they push him around. He was slandered by the media every day, and when they cleared his name, nobody treated him the same. Still a monster in the rise to the media's disguise. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. An innocent man was taken away. Day by day he was showered with hate. They made him feel alienated, alone. Alienated. Alienated. Well, how do you feel? Well, now that it's over, I heard you screaming guilty. You never read the papers. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. They made him feel alienated, alone. 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 Alienated. Thank you.
That was wonderful.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. Obviously,
So-
I won't say that.
I'm afraid that was the last we've got. That's the last thing we've got.
Yeah, that is. It's our last show, guys. But I just want to say thank you to Zane for coming on and performing for us. That was absolutely wonderful.
And thank you to Chef Ravi and Chef Nathan Nathan can't be here today, I'm afraid, but Ravi's done amazing the past 2 nights.
And thanks to Linde for bringing us our budgeting advice.
And well, that's all we've got
That's all
time
we've got time for. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll bye.
Bye. Hello and welcome to the final night of Budget Life. Once again, I'm Chip.
And I'm Chloe. Well, it's true, tonight is our last show, but we thought we'd go out with a big bang and do fancy dress party.
Yes, parties. Sometimes they can cost a bomb, but we aim to keep those costs down. First up, as usual, we have the news with our daily deals that might take your interest.
Yep, then next up we have life hacks to try and make those parties easier on your wallet, followed by some reviews on a great selection of party favourite music.
Without music, you don't really have a party.
True, very true.
Anyway, following that, we will be back with our chef from last night, Ravi Dorda, to make some party delights.
Ooh, we get to taste them too. Once again, we have the wonderful Linde Fife back in the studio with us for one final time to help on all of your final budgeting questions.
Oh, but we can't forget, last but not least, is our live music performance from...
Now that would be telling. Before Chip tells you everything, let's start with the news.
So, for this week's news, we have looked up some of the coolest gadgets and deals to make your party really buzz and to make it memorable.
That's right, so what have we got first, Chip?
Polaroids are a great way to get photograph prints instantly. Their popularity is currently rising, especially the Fujifilm Instax Mini 8 instant camera. Camera retailer Jessop's is selling them £10 off the retailer price at £59. This may seem a bit expensive, however, your memories are priceless.
Or if you were like a cheaper alternative, Argos have Fujifilm single-use cameras at $4.99. You will get 27 photos out of these, and you will also need to get the film developed.
It would be a cool idea to invest in several of these disposable cameras and place them around your party. Encourage your guests to take pictures all throughout the night. This means you can get them developed and you might find some absolute gems that you want to keep.
There might also be evidence of things that you have been going on through the night. Next up, we looked onto good old trusty Amazon. During our search, we found a VEO USB dancing water speaker that connects to pretty much all electrical devices. These light up when you plug them in and the water dances along to the music.
Last up, we didn't exactly get any specific items from this website, but if you're looking to get a good deal on entertainment from all areas, take a look at the Rakuten website. They are having a super sale from the 25th March to the 31st of March with up to 30% discount. You can also get 10% extra off with the code on the homepage of the website.
Well, that's it for the news, our final one. So life hacks for a party. Well, there are many different things that we can do to keep the price down and to make it simpler to arrange it for you. We researched the internet and found a couple of ideas that may be useful for you.
That's right, some may be unconventional and some may look strange, but they will work. Some for smaller gatherings and others for larger parties. But we will let you know which ones.
Well, first up, let's talk big parties. Having a big party, especially for fancy dress, can end up costing you an absolute fortune.
Even if you go to the pound shop, you can also end up spending loads as you think, oh, it's only £1.
When you're planning and paying for your party, we have two ideas. Number one, when you're preparing and planning the party, share the responsibility with a couple of your close friends to get it all done. Only if they don't mind, of course. And number two, money. Obviously, this is a big part of budget life, and if you're wanting to spend less, we suggest you take a certain amount of cash. This means you know you're spending and you're being limited to that total so you don't go overboard.
If you are having a party but are lacking a sound system or speakers to fill the room with some party tunes, you can create a makeshift speaker for your smartphone by using an empty toilet roll. If you outline the bottom of your phone with a pen onto the roll like this.
And there's a pen.
Thank you. Do you mind
Excellent.
holding it
Yeah,
while I
of course.
do the outline? Oh, you already done it.
Just thought I'd help you out a bit there.
Thank you. It's a sort of a two-hand job, really.
It really is. So if you do have someone around, let them help you.
That's good.
So a
Sort
bit
of.
like that.
Sorry, my messy writing. Next, you take the scissors to pierce the tube,
Well,
or you could use a knife. Don't try this at home. We're only doing this because we're trained professionals. Okay, no, I can't. Oh, yep.
oh, you got it. Don't panic.
Don't worry, I'm an adult. I can do this because I am safe and secure.
Obviously, what would be wise is please use scissors because otherwise it could go very wrong.
We've just misplaced our scissors, I'm afraid.
Yeah. It's fine though. Like we said, we're professionals.
It's budget life, so if you don't have a pair of scissors at home, this is an alternative you can use.
Exactly.
And I'm just trying to be nice and delicate.
Be very delicate.
I don't want to cut myself. You have to be safe when you're using knives. Okay.
Nearly there?
Almost last one.
Careful.
And take the last bit.
Okay.
Now you can put, if you pop your phone in to make sure it's a snug fit, mine isn't, so I might have to make a few more adjustments.
Do you want me to hold your phone?
But
Just-
we won't just for now, but if you did, it would work perfectly.
But wouldn't your phone just roll over if you try and stand it up?
No, what you do is like we've done on this one here, you put a number of pins in. For my phone, this is what we made this one for earlier, as you can see, snug fit. You put in the pins. I needed 4 for this one, just so it stays upright. Now, if you play your music, the sound will be amplified and the party can begin.
Wow, that's amazing. Will this only work with toilet roll?
Any tube will do. You can use the tube from wrapping paper, kitchen roll, or even the tube you get of Pringles.
That's amazing and so easy to gather the materials and to create. Next, on to indoor fancy dress parties. If you find some damage on your furniture just hours before your party, the problem is you can't use paint as it will want to dry in time, and people may start to spread paint all over your house. If you get hold of some walnut, you can rub them onto the damaged areas. This will cover them up for long enough so people don't see what's noticed or see the damage. The perfect solution.
Phone chargers and cables are a massive pain at any house party. They fill up your plugs and get in the way. Not only that, but people can stand on a phone and break it, or stand on a plug and hurt themselves. To avoid this dilemma, take a bottle, preferably one which has reasonably thick plastic like a shower gel bottle. Mark up a circle about 2/3 of the way up on the back.
So if I give you the pen and you do that, and I'll hold it for you.
So let's
So turn it around.
do it so around there. And then around halfway up the bottle, and then you draw
Do you want me to do that one?
back and loop.
Yeah.
Then what
So,
you
yeah.
do is you mark around, so you get an incision like we have on this one here.
Obviously, I'll just quickly show.
At this point,
So you go up, and then you go over, and then you go back down so it meets the line, like so.
and then what you would do is you would cut it up, and then you'd end up with something like this. Then the way you use it is you plug in you put your plug head through this hole here. You wrap up the wire and tuck it into the bottle, so that when you come to charge it, it's not in the way. And while you're charging, you can even leave your phone in the bottle with the wire, so it too is out the way.
Now on to the next hack. If you're having a barbecue and got a fair amount of people over who all want to get to your ketchup and mayo, if you get some peppers, cut the top off, scoop the seeds out, you can fill them up with the dips of your choice. And the best part is that it saves massively on washing up, as they can be thrown out if not already eaten. It also really brightens up the table, and you can place them around for easy access by all your guests. Just be careful of that one person that likes to hog all the mayo.
A common problem that occurs at parties is when the fridge, which was formerly full of nice cool drinks at the start of the party, becomes empty. Well, to avoid thirsty guests, you can wrap a wet paper towel around the next batch of beverages and place them in the freezer, and in 15 minutes they'll be ice cold.
On the note of cold drinks, if you are using a cooler filled with ice, or even just a bucket filled with ice to store all your drinks in, add some water and add some salt to it. It will make the drinks much colder and speed up the time it takes to make them cold. For birthdays and other occasions call for a cake, a simple way of cutting the cake cleanly and equally is by using some fine string or unscented dental floss to slice it.
And if you want to create your own crisp and dip bowl, simply fill a wine glass up with the dip of your choice, place it in the centre of the bowl, and then fill the bowl with the crisps. The stem of the wine glass will keep the dip centred and elevated, so this could help save room on a crowded table and it looks fancy.
Last but not least is something we will be using later. If you're struggling to find somewhere to hold things up, get an old cereal box and poke holes in deeps, like we have done here. And there you have the perfect holder for anything you want. You can either make the holes larger or bigger for, other things. But now let's have a look at some reviews that we recorded earlier with Chip.
When at a party, music is key to getting everyone dancing. It's not just something you want to do, but something you need to do when the right tune comes on. But if you don't have time to narrow your music down, or just don't know what is going to keep your party going for the night, you can buy compilation albums containing a collection of songs in a particular genre, or just a nice mix of everything. Because we want to party and we want you to party along with us, we're going to be looking at the best party albums to play. We're going to rate each album out of 5 based on the quality of the music, quantity of songs, and a factor we like to call the toe tapper. So, do we want to get up, dance, sing and party? Let's take a look. First up, we have one of the longest running music album series called Now That's What I Call Music. It's a series of albums that summarises current popular music into 46 tracks over 2 discs. In the latest Now 89, that's right, there are 89, there's a range of modern artists such as Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, to 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. There is a song and dance for everyone who is into mainstream music. Songs such as Meghan Trainor's All About That Bass.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
And Ollie Murs' All Wrapped Up. Some of these upbeat songs are enough to make you dance, but most, if not all the songs on the album will make you want to sing along. Overall, the music is a steady pace, but the script and Sam Smith are very vocal artists that don't normally fill the dance floor and slow down the flow of the album. We rate Now 89 4 for music, 4 for the amount of songs on the album, and 2 for the toe tapper factor. Now that's what I call some toe tappers, or maybe not. Next is the Ministry of Sound Annual 2015, the latest instalment in an annually released compilation of the most recent underground music. If you're a fan of the genre or club music in general, this is the album for you and your party. The free CD compilation contains 63 tracks, consisting a mix of commercial tracks like Duke Dumont's I Got You and Rather Be by Clean Bandit, with the current remixes and tracks of underground clubs. The huge amount of songs and the vibe you get from them is what makes this album stand out. The beat and bass is what makes you want to stand up and party, and Ministry of Sound has bucket loads. We rate this annual 2015 5 for music, 5 for huge variety in tracks, and 5 the way it makes you want to dance or go clubbing. This is our first 5 out of 5 across the board on the show. This compilation brings the feel of a strip in Ibiza to your city or even your lounge, and is an essential addition for fans of the underground and totally deserves a full star rating. Finally, we review one of the year's newest compilations, Feeling Funky. By name, it sounds cool and fun and surely will make us want to dance. But is it really as funky as it suggests? Feeling Funky's music selection seems to have a case of mistaken identity in its genre. From picking it up, you'll be forgiven for thinking funk was James Brown or Stevie Wonder. What we actually get when we look at this song list is Maroon 5 and Ollie Murs, and that for the most part is fine if you want to boogie along to One More Night by Maroon 5. Or Wrapped Up, like we heard earlier, but the album is so inconsistent that you'll be dancing along to Rude by Magic. And Sire's vocally powerful Chandelier. This halts the funk at times and makes you wonder whether it's just another Now album without the overall finesse. From these 42 tracks, you get the vibe that this album is riding on the success of Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk, the album's signature track. But this doesn't save the album from feeling like an unplanned playlist of modern songs. And so we rate this at 2 for music, 4 for the number of tracks, and 3 for its dance factor. Overall, it just feels like someone whacked some songs together, and honestly, they didn't do it very well. And that ends our look at party albums, and hopefully you'll be partying along with our suggestions. Next up, back live in the studio, we'll be joining our chef who is making what will be your new party favourite that is simple and delicious.
Well, it's fancy dress night here on Budget Live, and we've got Chef Ravi here for our final recipe and to show us a great idea for party food.
Hello, tonight I've got a really nice idea. It's simple and cheap. which really adds some colour and life to any fancy dress party.
I can't wait to try it.
Ravi hasn't even told us yet what it is.
Well, I love the enthusiasm by you guys. We've got some fruit and some ice cream cones, and we're going to make something delicious and fun.
See, I knew I'd want to try them.
So what do we need for the recipe?
First, you need to pick up your ice cream cones. Take one of these. And then we're going to put our chocolate spread. We have a variety of spreads, such as caramel, white chocolate. I'm going to use the caramel one.
Ooh, my favourite. Ooh.
And then what you need to do is lightly spread it on the inside of the cone. The reason we're doing this is it holds the moisture in. Now, whilst I'm doing this, could I get one of you guys to choose some fruit for me?
Okay.
Oh, what
Strawberries.
about... Okay.
Sorry,
Ladies
I really
first.
was like really hasty.
And maybe some mango.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Strawberries and mango go well
So
together,
are
won't they?
we only going to be making a few tonight then?
Well, I'm going to get you guys to try a few and have a competition, and I'll judge to see which is the best.
See, we've already done a competition once this show, and I won it. So, Chloe,
believe
you're
you
going
won
down
it.
again.
Yeah, but that was with the cheesecake. This is my zone, okay? I've got caramel chocolate spread on my
Well,
side.
To be fair, all you're doing is spreading chocolate and putting fruit in a cone.
Exactly. It's pretty simple
Can't
for
be
me
too
to do.
difficult for you.
Okay, so I'm winning.
Now it's nicely done.
Oh, we've lost it.
We've lost it,
Ignore
right?
that. Now
Run
that it's nicely
away.
done, the inside of the cone is nicely spread. Okay, and then we're going to put our assortment of fruit. The reason they're in slices is that we can put the bigger and the smaller fruit together.
Excuse me.
So it holds. So if we put a few blueberries in,
They're kind of like the base.
yeah. And then, as you can tell, they're sticking to the side. And then we can add some mango for Chip's favourite.
Yep.
We'll just put one in because it takes up a lot of space, but it can help hold it together. Then if we get some apple,
What about my strawberry?
we'll put them in later.
You're ignoring them.
And a strawberry then, along with a cube or a piece of kiwi. And there you have it, a simple cone. Now you can try and make it as adventurous as you want, provided it stays. So as you can tell, this is one I prepared earlier. It's a lot nicer, and with the spare fruit, I put it around the side, so just in case someone doesn't want to eat the cone or anything. And it's simple as that.
Is
You know
it?
what would be really cool? Sorry.
That's fine, ladies first.
Could you also, like, as a different idea, instead of putting the chocolate spread inside, which you could do, could you also put it on the outside? Because you know when you get those cones where you got the chocolate
Yeah,
on the
the
outside, could you
chocolate
do
cone.
that as well? That'd be really nice.
You could do, but you
do
want to...
different flavours from one inside and then a different flavour on the outside.
Chip, you've got some competition here.
Well,
Can I do that?
you could also do like
Creativity.
melted chocolate, couldn't you? You could do some melted chocolate, wait for it to dry, and then you're not going to get messy with the chocolate spread on the outside.
I think
Well,
we're just...
Would
This,
melted
Look.
chocolate drip anywhere?
it's amazing
Is
minds
making
thinking
these
together here.
really that simple?
It is that simple, and they're not even that expensive. They're around £15 altogether, which serves around 20 to 15 people, which for a party with your family or something, it's really easy. And so with that, with a bit of cost deduction, it's 70p per serving, roughly.
Oh,
That's
I
quite
can't wait to see how easy it is to...
So I think
Eat and
it's
make.
Time for you guys to have a competition.
Oh,
We're giving you a bit of time, and you've got to make 5 best you can. They have to look nice. They have to be tasty, obviously. And the presentation, if you choose like a crumbled cone, can I mark you down?
it's really
But-
hard though because the balance. Ugh, I've got my,
But
I've got
before
my
we
box.
start, I just wanted to say, if you do want to get the recipe for our delicious fruit cones, you can always email us at budgetlife@hotmail.com or tweet us at life_budget. Right, so we can do the competition.
Oh, my heart's
You-
pumping
you
now.
two ready?
I'm more nervous about this.
So we,
Okay, you're cheating
I'm just
because you're
going to
leaning
move
over
mine
me.
across a
So,
little bit, so I'm a little bit
there you
further
go.
away.
Okay,
Chloe's a bit
Need my
competitive,
space,
and she has a
guys.
knife. I'm
Wait.
a bit scared.
wait, okay.
I need my
Okay, we're going to
glasses.
need a countdown, I do believe.
Yep.
Just- She'll just jump the gun. I know her.
You stole my caramel.
You can have the caramel in a minute.
Three.
I can't see.
Go!
Oh, right. Oh my God, where's my knife?
So
I'm gonna start with
Chloe's going for an interesting chocolate spread, and she starts from the top of the cone. It's an interesting technique.
I worked my way down.
Is she starting from
Whereas
the bottom?
Chip Chip is starting from the bottom, and now he is here.
Yeah, but look how this equally spreads. Look at that. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
It's a bit...
Shush.
I don't know about that one.
Right.
Dangerous.
I'm going to go strawberry. Oh, no, I haven't got my base. Where's my bases? Berries, that will do. Stick you in there. There you go. This is lovely. A couple of those.
Put a bit more blueberries.
So whilst these guys are doing this,
Oh,
you don't just have to have
banana.
fruit. You
There
can
you go.
get some single cream and lightly drizzle it onto the fruit, maybe into the top, making sure it doesn't overflow. You don't want to use too much, otherwise the wafer goes all soggy and then just doesn't taste nice.
Okay, I'm putting a lot of chocolate in this one. I've already
Okay.
made one.
Oh,
I've done one too.
Yeah, but I did mine before yours,
they're so
shush.
competitive.
because I'm going to
Goodness
win.
sake, it's like the cheesecake all over again.
Well, you compete. You try and compete against
Stop
me.
it. Pineapple's going in.
I really like
Can I have
mangoes.
some kiwi? Cheers, mate.
Yeah, go for
Thank
it.
you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Just barge right in there, why
Yeah,
don't
well,
you?
you know, you're in my way. Oh, some
Oh,
orange.
I want some apples, so you can get out of the way.
Excuse
so-
me. Oh,
They're-
a bit of. I think it needs a bit
Please,
of
no
pink.
fighting.
She started it.
It's a food
Is
competition.
it silly?
This isn't a competition
It doesn't
anymore,
want to
Ravi.
go
This
in.
is
There we go.
This is war.
this is war.
I'm on number 3. Right, this is where my technical skills are going to come in now. So I'm going to have that.
Technical skills.
Yeah, I'm doubling. Right. How long have we got?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, why not?
Kind of makes
Pressure.
it more interesting.
Right.
Exactly.
On the outside.
I'm going for a
Look at
mix of
this.
caramel
Oh.
and chocolate.
Oh!
She's going for her own suggestion. Will Chip heat up the chocolate and drizzle it down the cone?
Quick,
Oh,
more.
Chip's broken it. You have to take that as your entry, though.
That's fine. It looks even better now. It's sort of got like a viewpoint into the cone.
Seriously, this is amazing.
This is so much fun. This is a lot more fun than the.
I need something new. Mango. Let's put more berries. There's some
You're
blueberries.
in my way
Sorry.
again. Oh,
Okay, there we go. Some mango. Some strawberries. Oh, and another
Yeah.
apple, I think. Let's stick that in there. Oh, I just put chocolate
Okay,
all over my
so-
bloody feet.
that's number 3.
Oh. I need some tissue. Right, just
Oh,
wipe
well,
it on the board. There we go.
Just go for it. Just keep going.
I'm scared.
Oh, stop pushing me out the way.
You took the caramel one. We need
Yeah.
to have at least one caramel one.
Yeah, okay.
Start with some strawberries on
How
this
much time do you
one. Put in some blueberries.
Apple,
Yeah, but how much time
Strawberry.
do you buy for you?
banana. Oh, it's gone right down. Pineapple. Kiwi.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Barging me out the way
There we
again.
go.
See, now I'm going to steal your white chocolate over there. You haven't even touched your white chocolate.
Well, I'm
yet.
going to now. Oh no!
There's been
What
a
are you
fruit disaster.
We've had
It
an
is-
explosion.
We'll have to mark you down for this.
I'm so sorry.
Excuse me,
Why?
I need to get the...
It's not my cone. Right, there we go.
Grab a bit more and I'll do it on the move.
Bit of
Chef
caramel.
Ravi is helping you. He's like
No,
moving into my position
Yeah.
and moving me out the way.
Oh, lovely. Look
Oh,
at
nice
this.
big bit of mango there.
I feel like I'm missing something, but grapes! I haven't touched the grapes. There we go. Oh, one will do. Sorry.
10,
Another one.
9, 8,
Oh,
7,
I think
6.
I've won that
Oh
one.
my god!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. It's over.
It's fine, you've got a fruit grape.
Is it?
right
No.
here.
Now, is it a disaster?
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
You've literally... I had a breakage, but mine's still in one piece.
God, that was my favourite one.
All right, so Ravi. Come on,
Okay,
you have to judge between
why,
5.
Why don't you each choose one that you want to pit against the other's cone? Let's make it a bit more
Uh,
interesting. Choose one. Come on, Chip.
I'll go for this one, because this is the one I did caramel and chocolate
Look at
spread.
that. That is just not. That's not
So
fair.
there's a nice bit of spread.
Have a taste of it. I mean, look, it's got a nice little face going on, because you've got the kiwi as the mouth, the raspberries as an eye.
It's really,
Apple
that is really good.
Why don't you show it to our viewers? Look.
Chip's special friend, we'll call him.
Chip.
So you're about to eat chip.
You're rather eat chip.
How's it taste, Ravi?
It's a really good one.
Thank you.
Actually goes really nicely.
Thank you.
Back
So-
in there.
But now you have to try the losers one. You know,
Okay.
fair game and competition, all that.
Now, I'm going to be honest.
See, now
The
holding
spread-
that is just going to be a mess.
The spread work is a bit messy.
Right, well, I'll pick another one then.
No,
There you
no,
go.
you've submitted this one for the back.
Ravi, shall I get you?
Lovely,
can't-
look
I
at that. That's
Ravi, I think I'm
beautiful.
going to have to get you a
I think
bucket
that's
just in
lovely.
case there's any involuntary movements.
We dismissed this one. It was an accident. It didn't make
We
it.
have to take every entry, I'm afraid. But look at that. Look at the outside of it. Just
Think how creative that
Powerfully
is,
done.
though. That's amazingly creative.
creative.
And there's a different flavour of
But
chocolate spread in there.
you've only filled it halfway.
Chips, friend,
talking
had
about?
a face. This.
You've only made it halfway. Like, all
It's
of
not
mine are
even-
full of fruit.
Look, it's
Look
all
at
at
that,
the
you can
bottom.
see-
It
you can
fell.
see-
Whatever
chips.
guess you have
It
that
fell at the
eats that is just
bottom.
going to be like, well, you skimped out on the fruit.
Let's try it though.
It's all about the taste, really.
It's a
And
good
he's
flavour.
speechless.
It's good. I don't think it's as good as chips. I
Oh.
think chip takes round one.
Round one? How many of these do we have to make?
I can't
It's
do
just slave labour now.
anymore.
Chef Ravi is just trying to make us do.
Okay, choose your next one. Come on.
Are we doing another one of these?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you need
Oh.
to
I
choose.
thought you were making
Which
us
one?
make more.
Oh, so I
No,
can
of
bring these back up. Oh yeah, I
know.
just thought that was broken. I realised that's when you took a bite out.
Yeah.
I was about to give you the same one as well. I was like, that one looks really good.
That one. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Actually, this looks really nice. There's a good variation of fruit in here.
It's my skills, my skills.
It's
More
it's
skills,
too,
more skills. Oh.
too good. And the spreading,
Ooh.
it lacks a bit actually.
Petty,
now look
petty.
at it. All in all, it's a good one. Let's try it.
I swear we had tissue on this stage. Where has it gone?
See, Chef Ravi
It's
is
a bit overpowering
speechless.
with the mango. It's very overpowering with the mango actually.
Got to get the seasoning right, you know, balance.
If you'd have put something a bit more sour in, it would have.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Don't get too hurt by it, Chip.
that's my career
That's,
over.
It's a very interesting one. Does it have a name? Does it have any inspiration like Chip's first one?
No.
No inspiration.
Youth
no.
these
It
days.
just
It's,
it says
um,
everything for itself, really.
Yeah, it's all stacked in.
It's like the twin. Oh no, I can't say that.
It's all stacked in together. But I'm sure it has a nice flavour. Let's.
Oh. Oh. You dropped it there.
Oh,
Messy.
see, it just crumbles all over you. She's done it badly.
Got to say this one's nicer actually.
All right,
The
so that's
variation of
one.
flavour's too nice.
Do you want me to place it in case you break it? You know, these
So
boxes
I don't
won't
need to
design very
break-
well for cones.
I don't need
Well,
to break your desserts.
That as
You
much
go.
as I want to win this really badly, and I think we can say that, you know, the area, I'm a lot tidy.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
a lot tidier than she
I
is,
can't
and
believe
I
that
actually did
happened,
5
though.
full ones.
I'm gonna
But
be
I will
honest.
accept this as a draw if you're.
Are you sure? I would say you would won. I would say Chip is the winner just
Okay.
by looking at them
It's
as well.
definitely
Okay, well. Thank you, Ravi, very much for being here with us tonight for tonight's final show. Now, here with us for our last interview of the series is Linde. So, over the past 2 nights, we have been giving you advice and tips on what is the best money-saving ideas. As this is our last night, we thought we would keep it short and sweet to leave you with a few final ideas. So, Linde, you're here again today for the last show in the series. And what is it we'll be looking at this evening?
Okay, well, Chip, today we're going to be discussing how to get the best value for money and why it's important to consider the cost compared to the value of an item.
That's interesting. So, can you explain what you mean by value for money and how we compare cost and value?
Okay, what I mean by value for money is that how much something costs does not always correlate with its value. For example, you may notice something is regularly on offer. This usually means because it's a recommended retail price and it isn't actually appealing to consumers. Because of the value of the item doesn't seem to be fair, by putting the item on offer, it makes it more appealing to the customers, thus rebalancing its cost compared to its values. So that way we determine the value is by its usefulness to us and by the quality of the item, and finally by how popular an item can be.
Okay, so how can we make sure things we purchase are value for money and cost effective?
Okay. Well, it's important that you consider how much you need an item. If you don't need it and you're short on cash, simply don't buy it. It sounds simple, but we're always tempted to make purchases that we don't want, especially with things we don't need, yeah. So once you've determined if something is what you need, then the next thing to do is research, which can take time, but if you're considering an expensive purchase, doing your research is key to making sure you really aren't wasting money you don't have.
Oh, so really what we need to do is make sure we do proper research before we consider a purchase?
I'm not suggesting that you do research on every single purchase you might have. For instance, food and drink will always have a fluctuating price, depending on the stores you use and depending on the seasons and so on. So one of the big purchases in anyone's life is car insurance. It can be very expensive, especially if you're a first-time driver. So using a website like Go Compare or Money Supermarket can be really helpful in comparing the price offered by numerous insurance companies. It's also a good idea to consider going directly to the company, because sometimes it's possible to haggle them to get a better deal for yourself.
Well, it's good that you mentioned car insurance, as we had a tweet in from Penny. She's a first-time car buyer and new driver at 17. She's been looking at car insurance and it looks like it's beginning to cost her a bomb. What can she do to reduce that cost?
Okay. Well, we had a similar case recently where a young girl whose first car was a Ford Ka, and when she looked up insurance for her to be the only named driver, it was going to be about £1,500, and for just 1 year. For the year. Even if she went to Go Compare or the comparison websites, it ended up being a lot of money.
So what was the solution?
Well, a family member who had over 20 years no claims bonus was added as a second named driver. This brought the overall cost down by £600, and then the price became £900. So when you go onto the comparing websites, insurance websites, if you have a driver that's also living at your address who has a lot of no claim bonuses, this brings down the insurance a lot.
Well, what a great idea. Is there anything else you can suggest?
Well, I have two more suggestions for you, Penny. One is to not include any people on your insurance that is in the high-risk age bracket, which is 18 to 25. Also, if you can find any multi-car deals while living at your home, this will also bring down the overall cost of your insurance. I really hope that helped.
That was fantastic, Linda. Thank you very much for your time over the past 3 evenings.
Thank you for having me, Chip.
You're welcome. And now over to Chloe to introduce our final musical talent for our last bit of the show.
Thanks, Chip. Right, I'm here with Zane, who's going to be playing us a few songs. What are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play 2 original songs, one called Sunshine and the other is Innocent Man.
Brilliant. Well, have fun.
Thank you. Went to a corner shop on a rainy day. Had to put something back due to the lack of change. Oh, what am I supposed to say? Oh, when nothing goes my way. So follow me. We'll see the brighter light of a better day. We'll see the brighter light of a better day. Oh, oh, wherever I may be. Oh, oh, sunshine, follow me. I wanna spend my days up in Talahina, where I will never use an electric heater. But I know I'm always bound to to spend my life in this lowly town. So follow me. I won't spend my life on the better days and see the brighter light of a better day. Oh, oh, wherever I may be. Oh, oh, sunshine, follow me wherever I go. I hope you'll always know that I spend my time just thinking of ways to get away. So follow me. We'll see the brighter light of a better day. We'll see the brighter light of a better day. Oh, oh, wherever I may be. Oh, oh, sunshine, follow me. Ooh, ooh, Thank you. This next song is called Innocent Man. Right now, the boys in blue, they're hanging around in Clifton, got some work to do, and they're men of the law, putting the tape and knocking on doors for someone to blame. They say, look at him, clean cut, couldn't have done it. But the guy downstairs, his hair's kind of funny. If we cuff him up now, I can get home early. I can put in the TV, watch something dirty. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by his cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. An innocent man was taken away. Day by day he was showered hay. They made him feel alienated, alone. Alienated. Alienated. An educated man of high society was arrested for a murder of the second degree. They got lack of evidence to support their story. Not a fingerprint on the young girl's body, but they lock him away and they push him around. And he was slandered by the media every day. And when they cleared his name, nobody treated him the same. Still a monster in their eyes to the media's disguise. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. An innocent man was taken away, and every day he was showered hay. They made him feel alienated, alone. Alienated. Alienated. Well, how do you feel? Well, now that it's over, I heard you screaming guilty. You never read the papers. The nation hated an innocent man. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's never the right thing to do. We're supposed to love one another. Imagine if it happened to you. An innocent man was taken away, and day by day he was showered hay and made him feel alienated, alone. They made him feel alienated, alone. They made him feel alienated, alone. Alienated.
That was absolutely wonderful, Zane. Just quickly apologise for the technical difficulties at the beginning of the rehearsal, but apart from that, that was pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Just want to ask you a few questions, actually. Did you write those songs yourself?
Yeah, I wrote those both. The second one I wrote the other day, actually.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, they're really lovely songs, actually. What made you want to write them?
Well, one of them was inspired by a case called the Christopher Jeffries case, which was about a murder and someone being wrongly accused.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's nice. That's not really nice.
And the other one was just about sunshine, really. I like the sun.
Yeah, it's been really nice today, hasn't it, with the weather?
Yeah, it has been quite
Afraid
good.
that is all we've got time for, though, for this show.
That's our last show, guys.
So we just want to say thank you to the guest acts we've had on. We want to say thank you to Chef Ravi. And that is all we have time for, so goodbye.
Bye.
I'm sorry. It's literally as I was saying.